Welcome to the Chronically Offline Show, and today we're talking all about things animal and ethics around that, from pet owning to breeders to being vegan and the ethics all around that, to be honest. So I'm here with my co-host and our other member of staff that's our guest today. I'm a dog owner, as everyone knows, I think, because it's like my personality trait now at this point. I own Dachshunds, which I got from a breeder. And there's obviously a lot of discourse around breeders, and if there's ever any like ethical breeders, or if it's just, money laundering on a different scale, essentially. So what do we think? Do we think there's anything such thing as an ethical breeder?
I don't think there is. I don't really see how it could be ethical. For one, the conditions that these breeders have these animals in, where they're in cages and they're sat in their own filth, that's disgusting. All of the genetic problems they have because they're mixing breeds that have not meant to have been mixed. Pugs. People think pugs are cute. No, they can't breathe. They have constant breathing issues because their faces are all smushed. All sorts of breeds, they just have chronic issues that are like hardwired into their genetics because of breeding. And the people are doing it for money. They're doing it for profit. They don't care about these animals. I think of it like this: if someone stuck me in a cage and was constantly having someone else impregnate me and constantly making me give birth, that's no life. That's disgusting.
Well, I guess it depends if you're into that or not. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I don't think that's a good life for an animal, to be caged and just constantly impregnated.
Yeah.
And then all of these
so you're gonna get people saying, but I treat my dogs really nicely. They have a lot of space. Like they're clean. Everything.
Well, yeah, that's maybe an overgeneralization. But that aside, it's not normal. You don't get animals for the purposes of just impregnating them all the time, and then they can't form a bond with their whatever it might be, a puppy, a kitten, like they're meant to. They're ripped out off them straight away. I just don't agree with it. It's not normal.
That's fine. What's your take on it, Mason, before going back to me?
Yeah, my mum is vegan and she really doesn't like dog breeding. So she goes to the breeders that are next to my town, Huntingdon. It's like they breed beagles, so they can like get shipped off to be tested on and stuff. So she goes out there and protests and fights against it. But my sister really wanted a dog, so she asked my mum for $3,000 and went and bought a dog. And both of us were just like, "Oh, why did she have to do it?" But like,
what dog was it costing $3,000?
I know.
One thing I'd like to add, now I'm thinking about it, and maybe it's a silly thing to say because obviously no animal can speak English or understand you, but these animals can't consent to what you're making them do in the situations you're putting them in. I think that is a big thing as well.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, look, I like civil discourse on this, so obviously there's always going to be someone that's a bit. I'm not like fully like. Look, I'm rational enough to know that it's not all good. I'm not stupid that I think it's like sunshines and rainbows. Like, obviously, right? I think there probably is worse breeders than other breeders.
Yeah,
that's my level with it, right? So you can go to breeders that are fully KC registered with the Kennel Club, so they have regulations and laws that they have to follow, so you can only breed them like once every so many years, and you can only have like one bitch in your house. You can't be breeding several, but that's any. I know you can disagree with me or whatever, but I think there is better ways to do it. There is worse ways to do it. Genetics, yeah, I agree.
I've got 99 problems.
Hold on.
The beard shame one.
Wow. So, yes, obviously there is genetic problems when it comes to a lot of breeds. There is some breeders that are trying to, like, for example, take the pug and make it look like it used to look like, with a longer nose now, um, to get
That
rid
sounds
of
like mad scientist.
I
That's crazy.
well,
think we've done the damage. Leave things be now. Like,
yeah, what the kennel club's meant to have removed pug as a breed from their shows
yeah.
as well, so you can no longer
Okay.
show them now,
Okay, good.
which I think's, yeah, it's somewhat of a bit of a progress. But it's, if you are going to take on these breeds, you've got to have that knowledge and that in kind of insurance that you can cover. Like myself, I know my plan's going to go up when I get the second pup on the weekend. But like for mine, at the minute, he has 10 grand a fucking hell, Jesus, I'm
Ah,
ascending.
the light.
It's the insurance we have on him is 10 grand a year coverage, because you need that. You need it because they have, so Dachshunds have a condition called IVDD. So essentially, the way that they're bred, obviously they have like elongated spines,
Mm.
and it's basically a form of dwarfism. And um 1 in 4 end up with this condition. I'm literally like holding this curtain. 1 in 4 end up with this condition, which is quite common, unfortunately. There is obviously other things that can lead to it. Like some people, what pisses me off is but people that let their animals get fat. Why do you let your pets get fucking
Yeah.
massive? That we've like romanticized it and think, oh, it's so cutesy and it's like, no, you're killing your dog. That back must be fucked when you see them on like sausage dogs.
Mm.
Anyway, point being, if you're going to take on a breed that you know has genetic issues, get good insurance at least.
It goes into um, breeding cows, really. It's the same thing. With literally, to for people to get milk and everything, you got to impregnate a cow, um, so you can get the milk. And you're just it's ethical breeding. I don't think there's such thing as ethical breeding.
Mm. It's definitely
Um,
up for debate, isn't it? And it depends definitely who you ask. There's a lot of arguments around it. There's some people as well as I've seen TikTok lives about like, should you train your dog? And I'm like, Dachshund, absolutely, or it's just gonna swallow the fucking controllers, thumbsticks off your fucking controller. Um, so I suppose this is more you two's subject, because I'm not veggie, nor am I vegan, right? But maybe you can educate me. Now, I'm not against vegans or anything like that. I don't care, because, quite frankly, it doesn't affect me, your life choices. But do you want to tell us
yeah,
more about it and like the ethics around it, if it can be done?
yeah. So veganism basically just means that you're eating a plant-based diet and doing the least amount of damage that you can towards like animals, their habitats and stuff. So that means like changing your clothes and um, just like things around the house, like product, like hair products and stuff. Yeah, with the food, I don't know. I couldn't go fully vegan. Like I love cheese so much, but I have had like one vegan cheese that was okay. What can I do with that? I
Mm,
just love cheese. Oh, chocolate as well. Cheese and chocolate is rough.
mm,
So I'm
Yeah.
vegetarian at this point.
I'm actually going to be cutting out cheese. I'm not buying it anymore. I already stopped drinking milk. Cheese is the next on the list.
I mean, you're getting the wrong one anyway. Disgusting cream
Well,
fields.
yeah, and I'm looking to cut out things like gummy sweets and chocolate. Well, not cut them out, but get ones that don't have like gelatin. And I think that's
mm,
disgusting anyway. If you
Candy
think about
kittens on
it, it,
screen here.
it it's all animal bones, crushed up animal bones, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
disgusting. I've been veggie. Well,
delicious.
I started becoming a vegetarian like 3 odd years ago. It took me 3 years to fully make the transition because of my issues with food. I had to very slowly do it. And for me, it was the guilt. The guilt was eating me up. Like, I love animals. I'm supposed to love animals. That's what I tell myself, but I'm eating them. And I couldn't get past that.
mm.
Mhm.
Um, I don't judge anyone else
Yeah.
for it. That's whatever other people's business. But for me personally, I can't get over the guilt. So that's why I don't
Yeah, it
eat
was the
them
same.
anymore.
It was the same for me. I like about 9 years ago. I just sat there and I saw one too many videos on slaughterhouses, and I was just like, this is this is just not it. And I just stopped eating meat there and then overnight.
Yeah, I watched one
At that point, I
slaughterhouse
barely ate
video.
anything.
I couldn't watch another one. It was too hard to watch
Mm.
what they put them through.
Have you watched any, Izzy? Or are you
Yeah,
just
it
built
doesn't.
different?
Yeah, it don't really bother me. I'll be
built,
so
built
honest.
different.
I think it's probably because I probably have like.
Do you see them as lesser beings than humans?
I mean, I see it. Obviously, they're like
Like there's a
living.
hierarchy.
Yeah, probably. I
Okay,
probably.
yeah, that's the difference because I don't see there being any hierarchy. We're the same. We are worth the same amount as
Hmm.
every animal.
Don't get me wrong. I should be. I know I should be vegetarian. I was for a short time at one point. I think the closest you'd get me is probably pesque because I like my fish and it's full of omega threes. Omega
We were
threes.
talking about this the other day, or was it
Yeah,
yesterday? No, it was the day before that.
because I don't understand pescatarians. If you're willing to give up all other animals, why not fish as well? What
And
is
I
this
said
weird?
that fish is just like a different meat.
But it doesn't matter. Meat is meat. Animals are animals. Fish are just as much alive and feel pain and as any other animal. So I don't
Yeah, so
understand how people can have that like disconnect.
billions of land animals are killed every year for just animal agriculture, but then trillions of fish are killed, and a lot of it
Yeah,
is
that's fucked up.
um, like accidental catches. A lot of like
Mm,
turtles, dolphins, whales, whatever, other fish that aren't what they were looking for. So it's a lot more deaths. Whether or not you value fish the same as you do a pig or a sheep.
no.
What I will say is, um, I don't expect everyone to be able to have a plant-based diet because I know that there are areas in the world like the Arctic Circle and like deserts where it is virtually impossible. Like there's the Inuit people and Sami people. I don't know if I'm saying that right. That are in the Arctic.
Mm,
It's nothing but snow and ice. They have to fish and live off of marine mammals because there's no plant life or anything
yeah.
there. Same with deserts. There's so many deserts that don't have native plants in them. So
Mm,
I understand all of that. And then I've seen a lot of people moaning about like when people bring up cultural reasons, like it's their culture and they have certain practices. I've seen a lot of people dogpiling on them saying it's not a good excuse. What do you think about that?
I think that there really isn't a an excuse to harm an animal, even if it's cultural. If someone is sacrificing a goat to a god, they're like, I just don't feel spiritually that they're doing a correct thing. Like that's kind of mad. So I don't think it's an excuse. I
I
mean,
don't.
if you have to eat that thing, if you're just killing it or eating it because it's like nowhere in religion does it say you have to eat meat, and a lot of
Yeah,
these books say that like not to eat pork. Um, so they're already saying these things. Like, so yeah, I don't think it's an excuse, really.
I don't know where I land on it because I'm not a part of any of these cultures. Who am I to say, well, you have to give up this culture, possibly be ostracized by your people and community because of it? Like, I don't know. I think there's a little bit of nuance there where it's not just the act of stopping it itself, it's then how are your family going to react? How are the people in your community going to react if it
Mm,
goes against what they believe? I don't know.
mm.
I'm not a part of any of it, so what do I know?
I think these are places that don't have supermarkets, though. If you have a
Yeah.
supermarket,
Well,
like
like I
there's not
said,
really an excuse.
people in the Arctic and that, they get free pass. They have no choice. It's not a sport
Yeah.
for them. They're not doing it for entertainment. They don't get joy out of it. It's pure survival. That is something that I think it is disgusting. The people that hunt, like over here, we have
For
people
sport.
doing the fox hunts still,
Mm.
and certain other animals, and it is purely entertainment. They are laughing, they're smiling, they think they're happy, having a good old time watching these animals get killed, sending dogs after them. I think it's gross.
My mum's
Yeah.
husband used to go, not like fox. I mean, it's all bad anyway in it, but like not fox hunting, but used to like go like pheasant shooting and stuff.
It's just not
Yeah,
necessary. It's
yeah.
not needed. There's no point in it.
There was a there was a massacre. I can't remember the country off the top of my head. It's on screen right now for those watching. Where these rich people paid like the militia or something to have access to snipers,
I've
and
seen that.
they just started
I've seen
shooting
that.
at um, at
Where is
people
it?
and killing
Is this in
them
the
and stuff.
UK?
No,
No,
this is in like Middle East area, like maybe
I've not heard of that.
correction on screen. But basically, it was in like the 70s or 80s,
Oh,
and it was pushed under the rug. But rich people were able to hunt like humans, and like so I kind of think that shows that there's a type of person out there, and there's a lot of that type that have no empathy or morality when it comes to
yeah.
other humans, and so it wouldn't matter when it comes to animals.
Well, I know that as soon as this video's up, I guarantee there'll be people disagreeing with it because they just don't care.
I have on the list about zoos basically. Like, what do we think to zoos? Like, if is it conservation or captivity? Is there a middle ground we can find where, like, for example, I like going to the deep because the deep, I think most of their wildlife they've been rescued. I do believe. Um,
So you
I
would
think
go
so.
to a sanctuary,
Yes,
although you have been to zoos. You would go to
I have been to
sanctuaries as
zoos,
well.
but I would. I'd only go to a zoo for my child. Do you know what I mean? But I'd prefer to go to a sanctuary or something like that. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I only go to sanctuaries. I mean, forgive me, but when we go to Malta this year, I'm wanting to go to the aquarium. Sorry, fishies,
I will not be going.
but
I thought about it, and then
you were
no,
the
I
one who
couldn't
wanted
just.
to know.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then I
no.
couldn't justify it. But we spoke
Okay, well,
about
we're
this
not
because I
going.
asked you, well, is an aquarium the same as a zoo? And I landed on, well,
Yeah,
yes. It's still not
yeah.
fair.
There's a lot
Um,
of sanctuaries in the UK that you can go to. Um, they're really interesting because they'll have like bunches of different stalls. And when they have the open days, they have a bunch of stalls where you can buy some vegan stuff, I guess, in a little cafe, and you get to feed the animals. And
What do you
my
think to
favorite one,
farms?
what do I think of farms?
Like visiting farms, you know, when you can visit them and feed them and.
Yeah, I think I just don't like it. I've been to like a couple, and I just don't like the vibe, like at all. Like Lee, have you been with your like nieces and stuff?
I haven't been to a zoo, an aquarium, or anything of that nature as an adult. Obviously, I went as a kid when I
Okay.
didn't know about that stuff. I was ignorant as a child. Not been as an adult, and I won't do it. I'm all for sanctuaries and conservation and saving species. But that being said, we only have those things because we've put those animals in that position in the first place. So as good as they are, it's like that is a solution to a problem we've created.
What about monkey
Yeah,
forests?
I guess that's kind of okay in it because they're in their like
They've
natural
got
habitat.
big gates all the way around, but it's
Oh,
a
are you talking
forest.
about it's like an enclosed like thing?
Not to the sky,
Because
but like they've got big walls, and
yeah,
then like it's
it doesn't matter
very
how
like it's
you
like a couple of
frame it, they're
miles.
still caging animals.
It's a forest. Yeah, but that just
Okay, but
makes the monkey can't go into the local town.
monkeys. out in the wild can go across multiple forests. They can free roam. There is no.
True.
I don't think an animal should have limits put on it. They are not meant to. They are meant to have the entire planet, their entire habitat, to go across, to go anywhere, do anything. They should not have limitations put on them.
That's
a
what they said
fence put
about
around
that.
them.
That's what they said about that snail that you had to pick from over here when that trend were going around. Saying like, snail's gonna follow you everywhere you go and it's gonna kill you.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, sanctuaries and all that great, but if it's purely for entertainment, I think it's disgusting. You're caging an animal so people can stand and stare at it all day.
To me, with this one, I want to give like a bit of context to this one. This is just off the top of my head, but I quite like taxidermy. I haven't got really any at the minute, but I have had taxidermy. Hold on, but I've only had it when.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I've only had it when it's been ethically sourced. So, i.e., roadkill. When it's been on the road, they've picked it up. What do we think to that?
I think that's fine. Yeah, okay. It's a bit strange in my personal view, but it's nothing to judge.
Obviously, anyone who is killing animals for the purposes of taxidermy, disgusting. If the animal has died of natural causes or like an accident, it's not purposely been harmed. Is it a bit odd? Sure, but it's already dead. It doesn't know you're stuffing its body. I don't know if I could have a taxidermied animal in my home or anything like that. I'd feel weird about that, knowing it was an actual alive thing at one point.
I had an ex, and he got his sister one for her birthday, right? And it was huge. It were a fox. It were a fox with like a bird in its mouth. But then I had cats at the time, and my alive cats, got hold of that taxidermy and ripped it to shreds. It knew. Clock it.
Yeah, that one definitely wasn't ethically sourced.
Probably not, but that weren't on me. Hey, like, have I had? I'm trying to think if I've had only little pieces since like a tooth and stuff like that. But it's because I've got a friend, a mutual that's on my server, and she's been on the show actually. It's called Rivenel's Arts and Oddities. She does ethically sourced taxidermy, so it's like butterflies that you find in your garden and stuff, and that are dead. So I don't see an issue with that personally. My dog tried to batter a butterfly over day. Sorry.
There's no judgment there. I don't want people to think I'm judging people if they do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
I personally
just not our thing.
I think about it like this when it comes to animals. If you wouldn't do it with a human, don't do it with an animal. We don't normalize cannibalism. We don't normalize stuffing humans when they die. Why is it being done with animals? We don't cage humans and ogle them all day. So if we don't do it with humans, why is it acceptable with other species? I mean, each to their own, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I was thinking like, if I die, it's okay. You can stuff me.
I'm like, if it's my ovulation week, my man can get me pregnant.
I actually take that back. I take back the last bit I just said. I'm very stupid. We do cage humans and look at them. It's called prisons.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
We have prisons. So, okay, but we don't do it for entertainment purposes. So
we do it for slave labor instead, like we do for donkeys.
Well, yeah. I'm waffling. My whole point was if you wouldn't do it with a human, why are you doing it with an animal? I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, you fucking
exactly.
I was looking up at exactly how many species have actually gone extinct, and across like the whole of history, 99%, which equates to about 5 billion species, have disappeared, been wiped out, or been in an extinction event. Since like the modern era, so since 1500 AD, we've lost around 900 species. So that's a lot. That's a crazy amount.
Yeah. If you were to visualize the humans as a species over time, and it was like a 24-hour day. No, I mean the universe is a 24-hour day. We're like a second on that 24-hour day.
Yeah.
In grand scheme of things, and we've killed that many species like off this planet. It's mental.
Well, I think a good chunk of those would be back from like dinosaurs and that, and we obviously had no part in that. They were killed off
I
by
mean, yeah,
meteors
but
and environmental issues. Um,
mm,
but the 900 in
we have
recent
done a
times,
lot.
at least, that's all us. And I think that's
R.I.P. to
disgusting.
dodos.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite endangered species? That's so
Um,
bad. Why we don't? It's not a favorite. It's not a
well,
favorite.
before I get to that, I do have a few facts. Wait, I probably should have started with that before moving on to the extinct ones, but I've got a couple of facts about animals which I thought were cool. Um,
Okay.
cool may be the wrong word for one of these. Okay, bats. Bats have evolved in such a way where their leg bones are so thin they cannot walk on them. You will never see a bat walking on its legs, which was interesting but also
Okay.
weird. Kind of cruel that an animal would evolve in such a way where it cannot even support itself with its own body. Um,
So, bat on legs, AI guys. It's AI.
Hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backwards. No other bird can do that. I didn't even know there was a species of bird that could fly backwards, so I thought that was cool. And
Never
giraffes,
stop a tuna.
giraffes, while they technically have the longest necks on the planet, they only have 7 vertebrae in their neck, which is the same as humans. So
So, a chiropractor could do some work.
I thought that was interesting. And that's all I got.
Yeah, well, those were
Animal
amazing facts, to be honest.
Endangered species, not my favorite because I don't like that they're endangered, but I thought it was interesting. Again, I don't know how to say this. I should have looked it up. It's either vaquita or vaquita, something like that. It's a type of porpoise. Porpoise? Porpoise. It sounds weird. I don't know.
Porpoise on the screen
Porpoise.
now, guys.
They're the smallest porpoise of all of them. They're only 5 feet long. There's only around 10 left. I believe somewhere in California near Mexico they have them. One of them is pregnant, so they might not be dead yet. They're called the pandas of the sea. They have
So
dark
they're not real.
rings around their eyes, so they're
Oh.
called the pandas of the sea. The reason they're extinct or nearly extinct is because of the, I'm going to butcher this one as well, Tatoaba trade, which is an illegal fishery where they take their swim bladders. They're worth like thousands on the Chinese black market. So people have been taking them for their bladders basically, and there's only about 10 left.
Come on, China.
They
them
are
regulations over there.
they're the most extinct species, I believe, on the planet as of right now. Like, because there's so few.
Damn.
Yeah. What are yours?
Mine is the monarch butterfly. It's very pretty. They migrate like over the Americas, so they go up and down from like Canada down to Mexico and stuff. They've lost around like 72% of their population over the last decade. So if anyone's in America and you've got a garden, you can plant milkweed, and there's a few different types of milkweed. You don't want to plant one of the types because it distracts them when they're flying, and then they get lost. But there's a you can give it to them on their way to this place, but on the way back you can't. So yeah, like milkweed. I like the name of it.
My choice was big up for my child because they love crocodiles and alligators as such, right? So
Wow.
it's a gharial, so it's critically endangered. There's about 650 individuals remaining in the wild. They typically live in fast-flowing, clean rivers in North India and Nepal. So insert a picture because they're one of the only species that has like a really thin, elongated snout.
I know exactly what you're talking about now. Snout.
Rawr.
And it's got 110 sharp intermeshing teeth perfectly evolved for grabbing fish without water resistance. Mature males grow a bulbous, hollow mound on the
So
tip
do
of
I.
their snout, resembling an Indian clay pot. That's where the name comes from, agara. Used to buzz resonate vocalizations to attract females.
That's what
That
I
sound
do.
face signals. And it says
Yeah.
its primary threat is habitat loss from dam building, sand mining of riverbanks where they nest, and getting caught in fishing nets. And yeah, there you go. You don't see many of them.
Is there something that they can do to help? Ocean
Uh,
cleanup, really.
leave them alone. What the fuck you
Yeah, but
mean? You're getting close
you
to a
said they're
fucking gharial
you said they're
fort.
living in. Yeah, but you're saying they're living in like India in the rivers and stuff,
But
right?
you, oh, I can't say that. I'll say it so different. Leave them alone. They've obviously there's a pollution problem everywhere anyway, but leave them the fuck alone.
Donate to ocean cleanup.
Why are you going near a fucking crocodile alligator thing? Do you know
Am
what I
I
mean?
right in thinking that people will actually hunt crocodiles and alligators down because they like to collect their teeth?
Their skin can be
Yeah.
used for like medicinal purposes as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm pretty sure it's illegal in Florida, in some places, and in some others. Like there's invasive species, isn't there? Fact checks on the screen. I was probably wrong
Yeah,
about all that.
there is invasive species now because they were nearly extinct. The either crocodile or alligator of the US, and they put a stop to it. So then obviously the population grew loads, and I don't know. And then they were like, "Ah, shit, we've got too many now." So now they're like invasive. So.
I'm an invasive species.
Have you seen that? Have you seen the fish that latches on to other fish? It's like a sucker. It just latches on to like a dolphin or something and just goes on for a ride.
Like a parasite.
It looks like a massive leech.
So you.
I've met a few men like that.
So don't go swimming with them because they will
attach themselves to your willy.
I watched a woman that was diving on TikTok and she was pregnant and one attached to her and she was freaking out. I would be too. Why are you diving while you're pregnant?
Whee! The baby coming out like.
It could have been very early on. It doesn't but
the baby coming out looking like this, like.
It's just a bit mashed.
Right. Thank you for watching. This is today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like our content, please like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate it. If you want to check out more of our episodes, you'll see them over here somewhere. I don't know, in a bar, over somewhere there. On a screen.
Maybe probably. Down there. Could be up there.
Anyway.
Editor Mason is calling in. Editor Mason says, no.
No. Actually.
Well, actually. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.